Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and it is Party with Cake Month at Loven Stamps, Stamps in the Mail Club. So the first card I'm going to share with you is this fun banner card, which is also a window sheet card. So these are a really fun alternate to a card base using a window sheet as your background. So one of the cool things is you can layer your cards so you can see through them. See how that works, where the inside layers are part of your front layer of the card. So let me give you some tips and tricks. There are definitely some do's and don'ts on working with window sheets. So let's get stamping. So we'll pull our pieces out here from our Stamps in the Mail Club kit. And not only does this fun project have vellum in it, it has a window sheet in it, and look at this, because who could hardly make a card without metallic foil doilies? If you've been watching my videos, you know I love these. Alright, some words of wisdom about window sheets. They are pre-scored in your kit. Make sure you use a scoring tool if you're going to be working with these, because they don't really want to fold so easily on their own. So go ahead and make sure you're on that score line when you are scoring. Okay, next tip. Try and keep your fingers off them as much as possible, because it's difficult to get the fingerprints off at the end. All right, next tip. This is the back of our cardstock, or sorry, the back of our card. Don't put the adhesive around the middle because it's going to show through, and we are only going to have the center layer hidden. When you're using snail, put the snail on the paper and then add your window sheet. Be aware that the adhesive will grab the window sheet instantly and does not let go. So you only get one shot at it. Make sure you have it lined up before you let the two layers touch, because you won't be able to get it off again. Okay, so that's our front layer, our back layer, sorry, which shows through to the front. And then you're going to have a piece of the black designer series paper. Again, don't put the adhesive at the edges because it's not going to be covered up by our inner layer. And I'm going to put this on the front. Now I'm doing this with my card closed. Here, can you kind of see that I have my card closed? Because I want to center this on my green stripe, or there's also a green triangle layer. And so you're centering through the card because that back layer is serving as the layer for this front. Okay, see how we have our card there? So now we open it up. See this messy adhesive in here? When you're working with window sheets, you want to make sure that you're covering that. And that is where these inner layers are going to come in. So we have one that goes here and one that goes here. So I have, for this fun layer, a strip of designer series paper, but it's really tempting to want to glue it down. Go ahead and do your stamping first, because if you mess up, then you can always flip your paper over. Since we've covered the back of our card, it won't show. Alright, so I'm going to use this and more ice cream, and go ahead and stamp. You can use your crushed curry marker that comes with your kit, or if you have your crushed curry pad handy, you can use your crushed curry ink pad. So we have and ice cream and more cake, and then we're going to use the happy birthday stamp right below that. So I'm going to go ahead and mount that and do this one in Melon Mambo. Alright, okay, I'm happy with that. So now I'll go ahead and add my designer series paper layer. Whoops, there we go. Speaking of adhesive grabbing. Okay, I have one more thing to add. These have these fun little confetti pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and add some, we'll add some confetti here to our card before we pop it in there. Okay, now I'm going to adhere this. Like I said, be careful when you're adhering because you only get one shot with the window sheets. So get it right there in the center. And then always when you're using ink, smush from the back side so you don't smear anything. And then on this side we are going to add, let's just add a cake and an ice cream. A cake and ice cream. I have ice cream on the mind. Cake and a candle. So we'll go ahead and add this here in Melon Mambo, and then add the candle here in crushed curry, except backwards from what I said. Cake in crushed curry, candle in Melon Mambo. Shows up a little better. And again, with your card open, line this up and center it on this edge. So see how the front and the back designer paper are our layers. Okay, so for the front of our card, we have a piece of vellum. And this one, vellum is just like window sheets. It shows adhesive through. So when you're sticking down, make sure you're putting your adhesive where it will be covered up by our next layer. See how that adhesive shows right there? Yeesh, shows like a lot. All right, and then I'm going to put this 2.5 inch circle punch, which fits so perfectly inside the label's framelit size shape. All right, and then we have our It's Time. Let's celebrate with cake and ice cream. So I have a lot of stamps in this project. There are a couple ways you can do this. You can do it in a couple steps, or you can do it all at once if you have both your Melon Mambo and your crushed curry markers, but I'm going to go ahead and do it here in 2 steps. So first one, I'm going to ink up here with crushed curry, or like I said, you can use your markers also. And then I'm just going to look at that. I've kind of lined it up so I could stamp both at the same time. And then I want to clean this off with my Stampin' Scrub. Just spray that with a little Stampin' Mist. Wash and dry, and then I'm going to ink this up in Melon Mambo and stamp one more time with our Melon Mambo here so that I have my Celebrate banner. All right. And while you're at it with the cutting, go ahead and trim out that cake at the same time because we're going to need that for our front. In your kit are 2 tiny little punched candles. They are here with the Party Punch pack that's in the Occasions catalog. And you are going to want to stamp a candle. If you have that punch already, you can just stamp your candle in crushed curry and then go ahead and punch it out, which is oh so simple and fun. Or if you don't have it, that's okay. They're pre-punched, like I said, as part of your kit. So go ahead and ink up your stamp, and then we're going to stamp upside down. Lay your stamp on the table. You're going to get inky fingers, but that's okay. It's a good sign that you've been creative. And then you can reverse stamp your candle. You see that? The teeny candle upside down so that you can use that on your card. All right, and then our banners here, we're going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to these. Just stick them down, pull the backings off. Make sure you know you can stick them down and then pull the backings off. Sometimes I see people who are trying to like peel the backing off before they put the foam square down. It's so much easier to do it this way. Just stick it down first. All right, and then we're going to build our card. My recommendation is to put the center banner on first, and then you can add your other banners at the top and bottom so that they all fit. Then our doily tucks just underneath this last cake one here, and we add the slice of cake to it. And this little candle here, really hard to get a dimensional on the back of that, so I'm going to treat it kind of like I treat my sequin trim and just go ahead and run that on my snail. Now here's a little clue for you. See how I got, maybe you can't see, I got snail kind of on the edge there. Snail is great stuff. If you just run it past with your fingers a few times, it'll kind of ball up with your finger and then you can shed it off your project. So there is our finished window sheet card. All the pieces are included in your Stamps and Mail Club kit. Including the inks and the stamps. If you already have the inks and the stamps, it's no problem. Just request a different stamp set or ink or whatnot for the same value with your kit, and you can still get your Stamps and Mail Club kit. So anyway, hope you're enjoying the Party with Cake stamp. I find it somewhat hilarious, and I am excited to be sharing some projects with you with it. So happy stamping. Thanks for watching. This is Meg from Loven Stamps.